Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Surviving Every Day with Fibromyalgia and RA, and a little bit of crochet. I'm Cheryl and I'm just glad to have you come in, and I hope you like what we talk about. I'm not here to talk about medications or things that people tell you can take and do for it to go away. Let's be honest, certain medications work for certain people. But a lot of us find that nothing really works. And for the pain with fibromyalgia, it requires a pain clinic now because we cannot be on an opioid for any length of time because of addiction issues. And then with rheumatoid arthritis, you never know which infusion or medication will work. It's the same with lupus and all psoriatic arthritis and all these other autoimmune diseases and illnesses that create such a situation for us. So what I'd like to do, instead of trying to tell you how to find what medicine or the right doctor, because I've had a lot of that advice too, is just say, let's just talk today. Let's just say who we are. Okay, I'm not who I expected to be at this point in my life. I'd always believed, because I'd fought through polio as a kid, I always believed that my life at this point, I would be still preaching, still working, still doing, still terribly active. But 6 years ago, Fibro and RA took a bite out of my life. And it's been hard. I want to tell you that it's okay to realize that it's hard. I left this silly piece of hangers hanging here because I saw the beautiful snowflake that someone had made for YouTube with their hangers. And I tried it with my grandkids. And when we picked it up, it all fell apart. And I thought, well, I'll just throw that away. Well, no, it kind of reminds me of what happens in real life. I thought everything was going to go well. But you see, there was a different plan for me. And so a lot of things broke off, fell apart, and aren't going to be able to go back together. But that's okay. I have a belief in a higher being. I believe in God. I believe strongly in God. But I also know that He doesn't always answer our prayer with a yes and a miracle. A lot of times He just stays with us and gives us that moment of peace in the midst of the anger and the depression and the anxiety and all the things that go with these illnesses that other people don't understand. Well, today is going to be the first of many, I hope, of these videos that I do for YouTube, because I really want to find a way to talk to those of you that feel alone. I want you to know there are people out here who understand what it's like to want to do nothing but cry. I want you to know there are people out here that understand when you get so angry with the situation, you start screaming at one another and you don't even know why. But it's just because it's hard. It's not fun. It's not what you thought life would be. But it's every day that we make what we can out of it that gets us through. I have a great family. I have good friends that still go follow me on Facebook, and some that come to visit occasionally. I have a great husband who helps take care of me, and bless his heart, he's older than I am and he only has one hand. So ladies, gentlemen, it's a struggle. But he's willing to do it and go through it with me. I am going to share with you just a few ideas that I've had to come up with to survive every day. For the first 2 years or so, I sat in a chair on the days when I could stand to let the chair touch my back or my legs or my arms or my elbows. And I would sit there and I'd be down. I'd be depressed. I'd be discouraged. I'd want to give up. I'd cry more than anything else. I wanted to die. Hey, heaven's a whole lot better than this. But I was told yesterday by my brother that that's not the answer. There are too many people in my world that it would destroy and hurt. And I'm not going to do that. Life's hard enough, as we know, growing up anyway. So here I am today. The first thing I learned to do as a kid when I was learning to survive was actually I had to learn to run like everyone else. And I got laughed at and I got shoved down and if I fell running, I had kids just dying laughing at me. Well, I'd cry, I'd clean up my hurt, and I'd have to go out and play anyway. So I learned to run with my brother and a neighbor boy and the neighbor girls. I learned to make a tricycle go as fast as I could, even though my right leg just didn't like it. I fought. I fought every day to be as normal as I could be, to fit in the best I could. And I want you to know that you can fight this too. Today may be a really bad day for you because, as we know, stress, weather changes, extreme cold, extreme hot, all of these things increase the pain. When arthritis swells your hands and you can't move your fingers, you kind of give up. When your feet hurt so bad you can't stand, you're thankful for the power wheelchair. When you can't even hold the knob, you have to hook your hand around the knob and shove it back and forth with your whole arm because your fingers don't work that well anymore. I get it. But what I've also discovered is finding something that takes my mind away from what's going on with my body. And I know that sounds funny. I don't go into a trance and I don't do this, that, or the other thing. I've learned I have to do something that makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. And at age 10, I learned to knit from my Aunt Grace. Bless her heart, she was left-handed and she taught me to knit left-handed. And now I don't knit because it's hard for me to hold the knitting needles. But when I was a teenager, I learned to crochet. And I thought I could never do it once my hands got this bad was because of, the smaller hooks, the sizes down through here always hurt my hands. Well, I found these ergonomic hooks that everybody talks about online on YouTube. Anyone that you follow that crochets knows about these. And I found that it works for me. But there comes a point every day when I have to stop and allow my hand to rest, my wrist to stop hurting, my elbow, both elbows actually, to relieve the pain. I have to stop and go take a breath and say, okay, I haven't finished the project, but today's not over. I'd like to share with you a project that I started and finished for a lady that I met in Walmart store right before Christmas. And I was telling her that I was looking, for yarns and I was crocheting. And she said she used to crochet, but she only knew a couple stitches. And I said, well, I'm in the same boat, but, I'm crocheting right now. It gives me something to do. And we talked. She said, well, will you make me an Afghan? And I said, yeah, what do you want? And she says, I want an Afghan that's the color that Auburn tigers have. I said, oh, you want navy blue and orange? Yeah, I do. Well, I haven't been able to contact her. The number she gave me to call doesn't work, but that's okay. One of my sons is an Auburn fan. The rest of us are definitely Roll Tide fans. But this is the Afghan I made for her. It's a very simple pattern. It's a granny square, and you just keep adding on to it. I did that, and I love it. It was simple. It only took me a few days to finish it. My oldest grandson came down at Thanksgiving, and I made beanies for all of my kids. And they were standing, I got a picture up with their beanies on, and I said to Liam, I said, is there something I could make you that you would like? And he says, can you make me one of these blankets? I had an Afghan that I had made on the couch, and he was covered up in that. I said, yeah, I can. I said, what color do you want? Red. Red. Okay. So I ended up with a white center, red, navy blue, red, navy blue to finish it because my grandson he loves Spider-Man, Captain America, and all the superheroes because that's who he is. He's going to save everyone, and he's just an amazing little boy with a big heart. And so I finished his. So I enjoy doing this because I can do it for someone else. I have found on YouTube there are several people that I follow for their tutorials, for their patterns. Creative Grandma is one of the ladies that I follow. She has some of the most amazing tutorials on her YouTube channel. Anything from scrubbies to use on dishes to Afghans to Santas that sit over your toilet paper and during the holidays, you name it, she does it. And it's beautiful. And I went on her channel originally and to look for a prayer shawl. I did one that was much larger than that she had that was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I wanted something I could make faster and it was a little more simple for my arms and my hands. And on her channel, she has this beautiful triangular prayer shawl shawl that you can make. This one is going to be given to a lady that my husband and I have known for years, who is alone, doesn't know that I've prayed over it, doesn't know it's been made for her. But I'm excited about my husband taking it to her so she'll know, like you're going to know, you're not alone. Somebody out here is caring about you. When you subscribe to my channel and hit like, I hope you leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you want to know about this living this way every day. And the reason I call it survival is because this is not what we thought life would be like. And a lot of you are very young with these illnesses. Some of us are getting much older. But I don't want you to feel like you can't accomplish something, do something, laugh about something. Please find a moment to laugh. When I started this video today, we'd only been about 2 minutes into the first one, and my dogs went to barking because I clapped my hands. Well, I was frustrated, but then I realized, hey, this is my world. They love me. They worry about me. They're here, my best friends. So they barked. My husband went to the door, looked out, nobody here. They went back and laid in the chair. They're happy. I also made another triangular shawl a few weeks ago to give to my aunt. I had already given her one, but she sent me some payment for the one, and she wanted another one made, and I made this one for her. This one is in a different type yarn than I had ever used. It's acrylic, yeah. It is the softest yarn I have ever seen, and it's from Hirschner's. And you can go online to Hirschner's stores and find this. I did this one in the lavender and white, and it's super, super soft. These others I did them in Red Heart Super Savers. Red Heart Super Savers are a little stiff and hard, but yet if you wash if you do it with the acrylic and you wash what you make right after you finished it and lay it out right, do it like it says to dry it, you're going to find that it softens up. And for me, the size of the yarn makes a big difference in what I can handle and what I can do. I used to do a lot of crocheting with things like this because I used very thin, fine yarn. But I can't hold on to it, and I can't use the hooks well enough anymore and the real super small hooks to turn this into what it needs to be. This is the softest thing I've seen. This is called a Sweetie Pie from Village Yarns. It's a 3 lightweight. It's 100% acrylic. It is color pickles. It's very pretty. It's the softest acrylic I have felt. But I also noticed a lot of this you will find If you're new at crocheting, well, it might give you a problem because it separates very easily into individual strands. And if you put the hook in wrong or catch it just wrong, trust me, you're going to have a mess that you're going to feel very upset about at first when you're first learning. So, word to the wise, yarn's not cheap. Find what you can afford. Find something that you know you can use and handle for the project you want to try for your very first project. Now, this is a Red Heart Super Saver. It's a number 4. It's 100% acrylic. It's quite soft. Actually, very soft compared to a lot of them that I have tried. This one I have used on different things, and I love it. I love the color. It is washable, dryable. It works quite well, and this is called medium thyme. Not like Time, but the plant, the herb thyme. And then you're going to hear a lot on some of these channels about ice yarns, and there go my dogs. Just ignore them. There's nothing here. They just heard me wrinkle that paper. This is a glitz and glitter yarn magic glitz that I got over a year ago from Ice Yarns. I don't mind some of the Ice Yarns, although this one has the metallic piece that comes loose and goes around this. But if you've crocheted a little bit, you'll find that you can use this. But it's a very lightweight, a thin lightweight. It says it's a 3, but I think it's more like a 2 because it is so fine. But you'll enjoy this, but you have to order this online unless you have a store in your area that will carry this. Walmart does not carry much of ice yarns. They say they do, but I never find it. I go on Amazon and order it. You can go through their website, irshyarns.com. It's made in Turkey. It comes, it's shipped to you. The prices of the yarn's great, but remember you have to pay shipping. So always consider that when you order yarn. I'm going to stop right there today and tell you that I'm working on a project right now for my oldest son who's in the Marine Corps. I'm doing an Afghan for his home. He will be getting out in May after 19 years. And I'm just really thrilled to get to make something for him to take home to his place, to turn it into his home. And so I ask you to, again, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like thumb, I hope. Leave a comment. Let me know what I can do or what I can say. Again, if you're wanting to learn how to crochet, try Creative Grandma. Try Bag O Day Crochet. Also, try The Secret Yarnery. Krista does a great job of teaching how to tie knots that don't show, how to change colors, how to do the easiest and the fanciest. She's amazing. Then there are several others. Be Wowed is a lady who has these illnesses too. And I think about her and keep her in my prayers because I know how hard it is when you lose something as important as your comfort pet, and pets are that to us. But I ask you to do this. Okay, know this. Every day, there is a reason for you. There's a reason for you to be here. There's a reason for you to smile. There's a reason for you to laugh. We have to be willing to fight and try to find that. May God bless you. May some part of you feel His presence today. May you know that you are not alone, ever. I don't know you, but trust me, I know a lot about you. And thank you again for being with me today on this video. I hope to see you again in a few days. Have a great day. Bye.